Hey, I'm Josh. Welcome back to Weeknight Dinners. Tonight we're going to be making Italian sausage soup. It's pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated. I know it's two soups in a row, but, well, it's cold, so soup tastes good. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to peel some carrots. So I just got my peeler here. Get the large size carrots. Go ahead and peel them up. And then you'll cut them into little like medallions. Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't make it too complicated. But this is the kind of peeler that I have. It works pretty well. You kind of just start and go one long down. And it seems like it gets them pretty well peeled. And you don't have to worry about those old school styler peelers that are like vertical instead of this, which I feel like make it way more complicated. So anyway, go ahead and peel. I'm gonna do about four fairly large carrots. Go ahead and get them peeled up and then ready to go. Then the next thing that you got to do, you got to cut off the ends here. As you see, I'm just cutting off the ends. And then we're going to cut them into little medallions. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, and I think last time I actually ended up cutting some of them in half just to make them a little bit more of a manageable size, but as long as you give them long enough, they'll cook right up and they'll be nice and soft. You won't even realize what the sizing of them is. So on guys like this one, which I cut a little thick, you can go ahead and just cut them in half to make them cook a little bit faster, but pretty straightforward. This little guy is kind of the size you're looking for. Alright, so once you start cutting up your carrots, also going to start cutting up some celery. But while I'm cutting up veggies, I'm going to go ahead and add this Italian sausage to the pan here. Here's the thing about Italian sausage, what's nice about it, is that it adds a lot of flavor itself because it already has a lot of like seasonings and stuff in it. It already has a lot of flavor itself. So you don't have to do a lot of salt or a lot of seasonings because it already has stuff in it. So get all that stuff in there, a little bit of olive oil, start cooking. Alright, so we got the sausage cooking, got the celery and carrots cut up. Now, egg on my face, well, not actually egg, but egg on my face. Realized I forgot to get a fresh onion. So, sometimes you gotta improvise. We got the dried onions, so go ahead and throw some of those guys in there. Completely forgot about the fresh onion. One thing, and this is something I think I've talked about before in recipes, but this stuff is a lifesaver. Everybody raise their hand who likes cutting garlic. Again, nobody raise their hands because it sucks. Get this. You can just literally do a little bit of a spoonful in it, and it's like you have fresh garlic, and this thing lasts in forever because it's just chock full of preservatives and crap, so it'll never go bad. It's great. It's got citric acid in it, so it'll never go bad. Again, I think. I don't know. I'm not a scientist or a chef. But what we have going right here, like I said, we got the sausage going, got the onions going. Next thing you need to do, get a little bit of Italian seasoning. Like I said, not a lot. Italian sausage already has quite a bit of seasoning in it. But just a little bit of that adds a little bit of a kick. Then we're going to go ahead and add some of this garlic. And then after that, we'll start with the fun stuff, the fresh vegetables. Alright, so add your fresh vegetables in there. Let them get nice and cooking. The nice thing about this soup is because you have all that really good steam. That's why you go ahead and cook the sausage first. You have all that great steam, and that way you can kind of steam the vegetables cooked instead of you can steam them cooked instead of like grill them or saute them. I just think they taste a lot better because they get a little bit more of that juice into them. So go ahead and just keep stirring this. You don't have to be super crazy about it. Make sure you're keeping on it. Check it every few minutes to check the firmness of the vegetables when I'm nice and soft. So I'm gonna let this cook for a minute, and then we're gonna start adding in our canned stuff. All right, fire roasted diced tomatoes is the first thing that goes in there. Our can opener is not acting right, so these are kind of hard to get out of the can. But go ahead and get those out. Pour them in. The next thing is the beans in their juice. That's one thing. That juice has some good salt in it, and it's just the canning liquid has a lot of flavor into it. We're using Great Northern beans. You can use cannellini beans or navy beans, but I was just what was on sale, honestly. And then the next thing is 3 cups of either bone broth or chicken stock. So 1. 2 and 3. All right. Then you're going to go ahead and kind of let it simmer for a little while and let it cook. All you have to do now is to eat it. Got some crackers in there.